I'm Jazzy Blue, born in Buffalo, New York. Spent 16 years in the Virgin Islands and now here in St. Augustine, where these guys are documenting my life. My earliest memories were in the projects, and then my mom remarried and we bought a house in Buffalo, which was really cool. Me and my mom built a room on the back of the house for my bedroom. And the thing about it was every time there was a storm, like a thunderstorm, she put us all on our knees and we pray. And I didn't understand that, but she would put us all on our knees in a storm, and we would pray, and she'd give us back to God. When I was 12, I decided I wasn't going to go to church anymore. And I decided I didn't believe and all of that. But I think it was too late because I had already been indoctrinated, I think. About 17 years old, I learned to drink, and there was a whole journey of, getting drunk and losing your mind and stuff like that. And you're trying to figure out what you're going to do in life, how you're going to make a living. And about 17, 18, I was still trying to figure that out. I always had this sense that there was something that I was supposed to do, like a calling or something, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I'd go into depressions over what it was, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and something I'm supposed to do, something to fulfill me, to make me happy, to make me fulfilled. And I couldn't figure out what it was, and one day it happened. I found the answer. I was walking down Jefferson Avenue in Buffalo, and I had a bottle of liquor. I was trying to get drunk, and I would tell you today that I couldn't get drunk, for some reason. And we got to the house. I was depressed, and I was trying to figure out, again, what it was that I was supposed to do, who I was supposed to be, what was my calling. I was desperate. I was asking myself what it was. In my mind, I kept hearing the same refrain over and over. Why don't you go around to the church where you were raised? And I kept making excuses. And then I heard, don't worry about whether there's anybody there. As a matter of fact, you're expected. And when I heard that in my head, this sensation came over me, like I was being embraced. It was like I was being loved, like I had found what I had been looking for. I went to the church and I threw my keys up on the back window. And the third time I threw my keys up on the window, the pastor was walking by that window, and he raised the window. He said, "Who's that? Romy, is that you?" I said, "Yes. I heard that I'm supposed to be here." And then he said, "Well, if you're here to meet somebody, I know who you're here to meet. Are you ready to meet him?" So I said, "Yes," and took me to, that whole thing came over me again, that whole sensation. So we went to the altar in the church. And he prayed for me, and I prayed. When I stood up, I knew I was called to sing. I had never sung before in my life in public, never wanted to, never thought it was anything. anything for me to do. But I just knew I was called to sing, and I told him that. I said, I'm going to sing. It's what I'm supposed to do. So that was Friday night. So Saturday, I collected all my family's gospel records, and I listened to them all day. I sang all night long. Every gospel song I knew, I sang till dawn. And then Sunday, I was in church, and it's a Pentecostal church, so they ask you, anybody have a testimony? So I stood up and I said, God saved me Friday. And he called me to sing, and he called me to play that organ in the corner of the church. I'm going to play that organ, and I'm going to sing. Then they gave me the key to the church, and I was on that organ every day after work. Then I decided that I needed more people to know what had happened to me, so I wanted to do secular music, and so here I am.
I'm ready, ready as anybody can be. I'm ready, ready as anybody can be. Well, I'm ready for you. I hope you're ready for me.
I do blues, R&B, I do country. I love it all.
Should have told me that you couldn't be true. You should have told me you were destined to make me blue. Well, if you'd have told me, you might have helped.
And when I get to play for people, it's like I give of my heart. Often I don't take breaks because I just get into a groove, because it's spiritual for me. Even secular music, it's spiritual for me. I'm called to sing, and I really hope that my music helps people. In music, there are sacrifices that you'll have to make. You're going to have this over here that you could go to, and it'll be much easier for you to go to it. But if you stay over here in music, something ethereal, something miraculous is going to happen, and you're going to get blessed with music, by music, with music. Don't half-step. Give it your life if you want to. If you want it, give it your life.